And I think it'll surprise people. The fact that his bond...
Hold on, sir. I have to stop you with the camera because I can see you. So do me a favor, don't pull it.
View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. Mm-hmm. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Yeah, broke out.
Tyrus just did what no one else had the backbone to try. He called out The View, and yes, even Whoopi Goldberg got scorched. It was like watching a sumo wrestler stroll into a yoga studio and flip the mat. Things got spicy, petty, and painfully funny. You won't believe what he said or how Whoopi reacted. Get your popcorn because this wasn't an interview. It was a demolition disguised as a punchline. Did Tyrus just end The View with one comment? Maybe.
The Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
I'm sorry, but where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing compared to the United States.
Keep hanging black people. So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step during this.
Tyrus, the weird thing about The View was that Dylan Mulvaney was the most feminine person there.
Yes, he was.
Before we even get into it, smash that like button and subscribe because you're not gonna want to miss this chaos. It started like any ordinary morning on The View. 5 women battling for volume control, mugs trembling, and Whoopi Goldberg sitting there like she's seen every civilization rise and fall. You could feel the tension before the red light even hit the camera. Then came Tyrus, not in person, but through words so heavy they hit the studio harder than a truth bomb in a room built on delusion.
But it's only in America can a black person sit on a TV show getting paid millions and millions of dollars to have the floor and can say, it can interrupt people because she interrupted her.
Yeah.
And if according to her, life was like in Iran, it was for black people, her interrupting and speaking in public would have led to a stoning.
Yeah.
Like the ignorance, you live in a country where you might feel a certain way, but here's the one thing about America that makes it different than anyone else. You have an opportunity, even as dumb as the she
didn't yell. He didn't roll his eyes. He just did what Tyrus always does. Dismantled the circus with the calmness of a man ordering lunch. His tone said, "I've seen this movie before." And that's exactly what The View couldn't handle. Because when Tyrus speaks, he doesn't chase drama. Drama chases him.
People in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was being attacked. So the problem is that you have to go after the racist people. And if be the CEO goes, you know what? I'm not going to allow a woman on my show or man that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racists on TV who could just go all day.
And The View chased him like a bad idea that refused to die. Let's be real. The show's built an empire out of interruptions, contradictions, and pretending they've discovered enlightenment between commercial breaks. It's not a talk show. It's a caffeinated cage match where logic taps out first.
She has an opportunity tomorrow. They won't fire her over that.
No.
She'll have an opportunity tomorrow to come on and fix it. Will she? She won't. But that's the thing about this country. Black, white, gay, straight, short, tall. Everyone's going to get hit with something, but the beauty about this country is there's always an opportunity for you to better yourself. So shame on you, Whoopi. Play the black card somewhere else because the don't work here in America.
Yeah. You know the irony?
And there's Whoopi, the grand referee of daytime chaos. Calm until someone disagrees. Then boom, judgment thunder. That stare she gives, the one that says, "You're about to regret your entire personality." Classic interview 6. But Tyrus, he saw it coming a mile away. That smirk, The calm, heavyweight energy of a man who's read the script and still showed up to improvise. He called out The View's favorite magic trick, preaching unity while dividing faster than you can say commercial break.
And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah, you know, Emily, could you imagine yourself on The View as like taking that job? Let's say they find something really ugly in your past, you get fired from Fox. That could happen, by the way. No. I never burned those photos. But I mean, could you do that?
I get very...
Beauty was in his delivery. No theatrics, no shouting, just truth so dry it caught fire. The View's panel probably thought they were the philosophers of the modern world. Tyrus treated them like open mic comedians rehearsing moral superiority. He just leaned back metaphorically and said, "Really? This is what passes for conversation now? They call it discussion, until someone disagrees. Then it's dangerous rhetoric." Tyrus never had to raise his voice. His calm was the insult. His restraint was the punchline.
All that, and the price of butter. Sonny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for her asking that question, it might have been a close...
Tyrus carries veteran energy, the kind that comes from seeing too much nonsense to care anymore. His whole vibe says, you can't cancel me. I already logged out. And that makes people like Whoopi lose their balance. Her response? Classic fatigue and fury. That long sigh that says she's been explaining the same thing since dial-up internet. But Tyrus didn't insult anyone. And that's what burned the most. He just held up a mirror and let The View argue with their own reflection. He exposed how they debate over topics that don't matter, pretending it's world-changing television. It's like watching philosophers argue over brunch. Only everyone's quoting. Twitter instead of Plato. His point was deeper than shade. It was truth wrapped in humor. That's why it stung. He wasn't mocking The View. He was describing its soul, where the loudest person wins and disagreement is a disease.
Whoopi's right. I mean, it's been rough for us. I mean, you saw what just happened to me in the last segment. I'm trying to talk, and all the white people are like, it's Tyrus. I can make a phone call. You know? And it's...
How did that make you feel?
I felt very black.
Did you feel black?
Yeah,
it's worth, Tyrus. Malice just started snapping
By the way,
his fingers for you.
Thank God black people don't do that in audiences.
Yes, yeah. No, we just talk the whole time and tell you how to do your show better.
Internet exploded. Half said Tyrus went too far. The other half said he finally said what everyone's been thinking. The irony. The View proved his point the very next day. They spent 10 full minutes claiming they didn't care, while talking about him nonstop. It was like watching someone insist they're calm while flipping furniture. They used phrases like certain commentators and some people, as if the world didn't know who lit the View's. Tyrus dropped breadcrumbs, and they baked the whole pie. Every clip, every reaction, every contradiction amplified. He showed that The View preaches tolerance but practices conformity.
When it comes to mine, I was like, Ching, listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be, this should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last, they call them Hitler, they call these things, America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people see right through your lies. So keep doing what you're doing. Game ball to Sonny.
Then came the collective gasp. The audience started realizing maybe, just maybe, the Emperor wasn't wearing clothes. Whoopi's reaction was textbook. Deep sigh, slow head tilt, that here we go again posture. But beneath the calm, frustration simmered. Because someone finally did what no one inside the bubble had dared to, call them out better than they could defend themselves. Tyrus's roast was pure elegance. He didn't yell. He didn't dominate. He just let the truth work. His punchlines were surgical, soft-spoken knockouts. He joked that The View's biggest achievement was making daytime TV feel like jury duty. Punishment disguised as conversation. No names needed. Everyone knew who he meant. That's when you know the truth hit.
Next, Joy's going to say she's never heard of carbs. Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? Like Joy Behar's face, it's looking worse and worse by the day. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch and Taco Bell. Her being named Joy is like me being named ugly. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Monday.
Contrast was cinematic. Tyrus's calm against Whoopi's storm. Even people who never watched The View started tuning in just to see the fallout. That's how powerful a good roast is. It revives the show it's roasting, but not in the way it wanted. By week's end, the debate wasn't about Tyrus anymore. It was about what he exposed. The hypocrisy, the self-righteousness. The we speak for everyone tone that always seems to silence half the audience. He held up the mirror, and they hated the reflection. Whoopi tried to laugh it off, but her tone gave her away. Tyrus had struck a nerve, not out of cruelty, but out of clarity.
Now to some news. The feral monsters of The View say they've never heard of you-know-who. True, the show that makes mornings hell claim that my name doesn't ring a bell. It's time for...
Our view on The View. Ugh.
Yeah, the witch's coven finally shows me some lovin'. Yesterday on The View, yours truly was the subject of conversation. Apparently the broads have no idea who I am, or so they say. Hit it, Gladys.
That's the secret to Tyrus's power. His calm forces you to hear yourself. The View kept pretending nothing happened, business as usual. But everyone watching knew something had cracked. The illusion shattered. The curtain slipped. Behind it wasn't empowerment, it was ego. Tyrus walked through their storm untouched. No yelling, no rage, just composure sharp enough to cut through noise. He didn't humiliate them. He exposed them, and in that silence afterward, you could feel it. He'd won, not by shouting, but by standing still while everyone else screamed. 'Cause sometimes the funniest line is silence that leaves the room speechless.
I noticed Jesse was a 7.
Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a sexist rating system, but it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
But The View, they don't do silence. They had to respond. Like clockwork, the next episode opened with fake calm and forced smiles. Mugs raised, voices shaky. You could almost hear the producers whispering, "Don't say his name." Whoopi started with her classic teacher tone, the one that makes every audience member feel like they're in detention. She talked about certain people and certain comments, and everyone knew exactly who she meant. Tyrus probably somewhere sipping coffee. Completely unaware he'd just started their Monday meltdown. The more they pretended not to care, the clearer it became that they did. The View was writing its own parody in real time, passionately proving they weren't bothered, while dedicating 10 minutes to explaining why they weren't bothered.
Matter whether you're a comedian or just a regular old person who goes about their day. You have every right. It's your birthright as an American. If you're not happy with what's going on, you're allowed to say it. If you don't like how things are going, you're allowed to say it. It is your birthright. That's part of what makes you an American. It's part of what makes us different than everybody else. And we acknowledged all of those Republicans who recognized that it's not a right or left.
And that's what made it poetic. Tyrus didn't destroy The View by attacking it. He let it implode on cue. He exposed its addiction to outrage. Whoopi looked ready to deliver another "I've seen it all" speech, but even she seemed tired. Maybe she realized you can't win against someone who fights with calm instead of chaos. By the week's end, The View tried to pivot, pretending the moment was beneath them. But the truth had already sunk in. Every time they mentioned respectful dialogue, viewers heard Tyrus's calm voice echoing in their heads. Their biggest mistake wasn't responding. It was proving him right while doing it. And Tyrus? Still calm, still undefeated. Because sometimes the loudest noise you can make is the silence after you've said exactly what needed to be said.